Sophie, good morning.
Morning.
Father Neil, good morning.
Good morning.
Can you believe it's time for a confession again?
Wow, it's come around quick, hasn't it? It's come around really quick.
I don't know. We've had a little break, and I've had this one in my pocket for about a month. But I was explaining to Tom on Tuesday that it's all worked out perfectly for this confession
because it's weather related, isn't it?
It is weather related, and it was given to me in the previous set of good weather that we had.
Oh, okay.
And when it was really hot about a month ago.
Yeah.
So it works in particular, but there's a clue.
Okay.
Oh.
I can't get my feet up that high, but
I don't want. I'm not sure we want to see your
I've
feet.
got my sandals on.
We got the sandals right.
And
so for those on social media, apologies
and I've
for
got
this.
my feet out. So that's a clue to today's confession.
Someone's going to be selling those pictures on Facebook before, or on some dodgy site. No.
That's a scary movie.
That is a scary movie. Your feet is definitely a scary movie.
We caught up with Father Neil on Tuesday. Reverend Sophie, how are you getting on?
I'm doing very well, thank you. Yes, I had a nice week off. And then on Tuesday morning, I was thinking I was going to come in, and then I had to have a blood test at the doctor's, which I still got the bruises. I've got a bruise.
Oh,
what is that all about?
Yeah.
Bruise.
We couldn't have forgiven the person that took the blood before. That I'm going to get you.
Anna's already selling your pictures, so you're fine.
Is she?
They're already gone.
All right, okay.
Gone.
So let's have a look then. So the sunny weather has returned. It's a Thursday morning, as you quite rightly say. The council has been a little bit here and there with the Easter holidays and the breaks.
Yes.
Should we have a little boogie and a bit of a dance?
Let's do it.
And let's see what we're doing with our next story here. Here we go.
These are my confessions. These are my confessions. These are my confessions.
Father Neil, the floor is yours.
Dear Alive and Kicking, G&T Breakfast Show, and the Council of Pure West Radio listeners. The sun is out.
It is.
And so are my feet.
Uh-oh.
I enjoy meeting with a group of friends down at the beach in Pembrokeshire every time that gets sunshiny. And so when we had the first sunny weather of this year, I immediately called up my mates and we gathered at a local beach to enjoy ourselves, which takes the form of playing football, five-a-side football on the beach, a little bit of beach football. You'd say there was absolutely no harm in that. Well, to be honest with you, the sunny weather took me a little bit by surprise. It was quite early in the year for us to have such an extended period of dry and sunny climates. And so I hadn't really got myself football ready. I arrived at the beach and I took off my shoes and socks because we play barefooted. And of course, it had been maybe 4 or 5 months since I trimmed the old toenails.
Oh my goodness.
And they were looking quite, well, let's say claw-like.
Oh.
In fact, halfway through the game, I went in for a challenge and managed to cut open a friend of mine's shin with my toenails. I apologized profusely. He said not to worry, but there were others on the team who said that it was disgusting and that I shouldn't have played at all without making sure that I was, according to them, compliant with all health and safety rules and regulations. I argued that it was just a friendly pickup game and that the sudden occurrence of the weather could have caught anybody out. Dear friends at the G&T Breakfast Show and Alive and Kicking, am I forgiven for allowing my toenails to grow into something that resembles eagle's talons? And more than that, for inflicting unintentional damage on a friend of mine in a friendly game of beach football?
Like when I turn up to the beach to play a game of beach football, I don't expect to be playing against a velociraptor. Oh my goodness. So, caught out by the summer sun, they've gone down to the beach as they normally would and have a lovely time. And even though they probably knew that they were going to be playing football, they still kept their eagle's talons, their velociraptor little claw that they've got on there, and in fact drew blood.
Yes.
Are they forgiven for not looking after basic hygiene? Not that I'm leading anyone here.
No, of course not. No, I think it would only happen with a man.
Well, I hope so. Gina, your first thoughts?
Oh, how is this person going round with these things on their feet? You know, surely it must be so uncomfortable for them. And an extra shoe size or something. It's, and it gets stuck on your socks. And, I just can't imagine it. No, I don't think they are forgiven, and they should be
Straight in there.
Yeah, straight in there, because you've got to keep up with these things. You know, you think mine when I need mine cutting, I think, do you know, it's pressing a little bit. I'll go and get them cut, or I'll cut them. So no, not forgiven. But this person has obviously had the discomfort as well, so they've had an extra sort of bit of. Well, maybe they haven't felt uncomfortable, and that's why they've grown. But no, there is no need for doing this and injuring their friend. So no, straight in there, not forgiven.
Wow, straight in there. Reverend Sophie.
Well, you know, I've been thinking about this. I mean, this is a deep point of theological concern for me first thing on a Thursday morning.
In fact, Maundy Thursday was only a couple of weeks ago. There would have been people washing feet. Had he looked after them by then?
Well, it's a good question. Would have been a good question. I've seen some dodgy feet. I mean, we've seen some dodgy feet over the years.
You've got dodgy feet.
Excuse me?
I don't mean that in a pejorative way. I'm just the fact that you we've talked before on air about the fact that you haven't quite.
Would the people on the air of Pure West Radio like to see my foot?
No,
no,
because they might see mine. Although if they're photos, if they're photos of mine,
my feet are beautiful.
Your feet are. You have.
I have beautiful feet.
You do have beautiful feet.
There is just a peculiarity about my feet.
That you have less toes than you should have.
Yes.
Is that true?
I have only 9 toes.
A friend of mine's only got 9 toes.
That's amazing. I have 9 toes.
It's the 9-toe club.
It's the 9-toe club. I've only got 9 toes. I had to have one amputated when I was about 11.
Oh gosh.
Oh, bless you.
So I had a tumour growing up underneath my toe. It was pushing my toe up into my
Oh.
shoe. And so the only way they could get the tumour out was to take the toe off.
The whole digit.
The whole digit.
The whole phalange's gone.
Phalange has gone.
Wow. I thought phalanges were fingers.
Oh.
Well,
you could be right there.
Yes, you are right. Dancing phalanges.
Yes.
These dancing phalanges. If you've seen Bones, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
If you haven't, you'll have no clue. Dancing phalanges. Metatarsals.
Yes.
Metacarpals on your hand, metatarsals on your toes.
Yeah. But are they forgiven for I mean, I don't think that it's just to throw this into the conversation. I don't think you should have to wear shin pads for a beach football game that doesn't involve shoes.
I agree. Well, I agree that you shouldn't have to wear shin pads, but what I would say is it doesn't take much for a toenail to be too long to cut someone. So there have often been times when, I mean, I've got quite short nails on my hands, and often they do catch, and they can be quite nasty.
Mm-hmm.
A nasty toe. And I've got on my little toe on my right foot, it's a bit weird, my toes, and they kind of compress together on one side, and I end up often cutting myself with my own toe.
I feel like we're on some medical discussion here.
It's a bit weird, really.
Welcome to Dr. Finley's Casebook here on Pure West Radio.
Healthy Minds, Better Lives, second Thursday of every month.
Yes, we're going to get our guest chiropodist in.
I'm feeling a little less, judgmental about the toe situation. I mean, it's quite an easy thing to let slide. I mean, I've got quite well kept toenails, but there are members of my family who are not quite so well kept, or rather, they prefer to let their toenails grow because that's what they prefer. That's their preference. So, I feel we're being a little judgmental about the toes this morning.
See, I don't. I think we should be judgmental. I'm coming in with my opinion, because whilst it may be a matter of personal judgment and personal. A fashion choice to have longer toenails. If that choice then inflicts damage on somebody else and draws blood, and I mean, I know this person and I assume that they haven't got sort of like fungal toenail syndrome or something like this.
I hope not.
But you know, that there's the capacity for further nastiness and that sort of stuff. I mean, it's not as if the flesh was sliced open or anything like that. It was sort of like, you know, a scrape down the front of the shin, but it did draw blood. So I'm gonna say, as I said at the time when this was told to me a month ago, no, not forgiven. Go and cut your toenails, you manky old.
But can I just say that football players are notoriously soft when it comes to injuries, though, aren't they? I mean, they get a scrape on the knee and they're rolling around on the floor like it's the end of the flipping world.
That's true. Whereas in rugby, half your ear can be hanging off, and you're going, "I can carry on. I can carry on."
Fine. So I just, I think.
So you think this is more of a reflection on the victim?
The victim, yes, a bunch of fannies. I mean,
what? I mean, there's other ways available. Denise. Oh, I hate toes. And in fact, very similar to what Anna mentioned, actually. I can't cut mine for some reason, so I go somewhere else. So not forgiven. But Anna, maybe they can't reach to cut their toenails. A bit like me. And then Anna's in with a forgiven.
Oh,
Really?
forgiven.
Oh,
There is a time
Forgiven.
in your life, right, that you get past the stage of being able to do your own, you know, biting them where you put.
Whoa!
So maybe
You did your own toenails by biting them.
No.
A whole new confession here now. I'm coming straight in and strong. Not forgiven. No way.
I can't get my foot up that high.
No, I
That's
can't.
definitely not happening. No.
No, so
definitely
maybe
can't.
that's what's happened to this person. They can no longer do that.
This
and
person
therefore-
is half my age and athletic and playing beach football. So
Well capable.
yes.
Good. If you've just joined us, Anna and Denise are in, and they're putting their thoughts onto this one. The thoughts are, just to refresh, someone has not looked after their toes, and they've gone to a beach football game with talons on their toes, and they've even drawn blood. Gina, you were very quick off the mark with this one.
Yeah, not forgiven.
Not forgiven. Anna's forgiving.
Not forgiving.
Not forgiving from Father Neil. Nails are they're like my thing, and I play guitar, so I'm always on top of keeping my nails nice and short, and particularly when there's other people involved. And also the damage he could have done to his own nails playing football. That shin might have caused it to snap and break, and then you've got to remove it. And no, so for me, health and safety, Tom says not forgiven.
Right.
Reverend Sophie's forgiven.
Are you forgiving?
I'm forgiving.
Yes.
Oh, we've got 3-2 then. 3-2.
3-2.
Mm.
Oh,
Maybe
on
if you've
not
got a bit
forgiven.
of a thing about nails, how do you feel about nails being dragged down the blackboard?
Oh, no.
No, thank you.
No.
Imagine toenails like that being dragged
Oh,
down.
no, I can feel it in my arms.
Shush.
Oh my. Oh my. So hang on. So is this 3 towards the not forgivens at the moment?
Yes.
Yes.
3 not forgiven, 2 forgiven.
Anna, yes, bite your toenails. I've done it before.
No, Anna. Oh, no, don't do that. No. Oh.
So
no.
as it stands, go and cut your nails.
Yes.
Look after them. Go and have a lovely pedicure. Isn't it?
Yeah, and if you're a man and you don't want to get a pedicure, then there's no reason why you can't
Hang
have
on a minute.
I know
Yeah,
plenty of men who do, but there are some manly men who feel like, but there's no reason why you shouldn't have a podiatrist or a chiropodist have a look at your feet anyway,
Yes,
because
definitely.
it's not just about the nails. You know, they actually they look at your arches, the foot health, and all that sort of thing.
I'm sure it was Dumb and Dumber, where what's his face got the ankle
Oh,
grinder.
And of course, it's particularly appropriate to be talking about this with you, Reverend Sophie, foot care, because you're just about to embark on this
I am.
yeah.
this big
26-mile walk
26-mile walk.
to raise money for Plant Dairy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
For the
excellent.
children's
Yeah, the
charity.
children's charity.
So it's no wonder that you look after your
I
wonderful
do
feet.
look after my feet.
The
last
if
time
you
I
look
did-
after your feet, they'll look after you. They'll take
Yes.
them where you need. Take you where you need to go.
The last time I did a 26-mile walk, I ended up losing my big toenail.
Oh,
Completely.
Oh, yes.
I got a blister up underneath the toenail where
Oh.
it rubbed on my new boots. Well,
Oh,
new
yeah, new boots. That's the
was the
that's
word.
the
You've gotta
mistake
break
that
them
you
in.
made.
Yeah.
Make sure you
Yeah,
break them
I
in.
thought I'd broken them in enough, but clearly not.
Yeah. Anna's just made the point. I thought this was a breakfast show. To anyone that is having their breakfast, apologies. It's only
Sorry
now,
about that.
It's only now just dawned on me. However, we need to play this. Not forgiven here in the room today. Thank you so much for your input over on social media and getting in touch for the confession. And I hope that just keep them short, particularly if you're going to play football.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And if you've got a confession, you can send it in to studio@purewestradio.com. Just have it in the tagline somewhere, confession or radio show, or even alive and kicking. Or if you see me wandering around Pembrokeshire, you can always, like the proverbial ice cream man, stop me and buy one. Or in this case, stop me and tell me a confession. And I will make sure to keep it anonymous. Mike.
Presumably, he didn't care whether you kept it anonymous. or
Correct,
not.
yes.
I love
In
that.
fact, he was quite proud of the fact. This is how it came about. He was quite proud of the fact that he'd caused damage.
Wow.
Whoa,
Which
okay,
is
hang on a
actually
minute.
why I said at the time, mate, I'm not forgiving you, and I don't think they're going to forgive you in the studio because that's just gross.
And you called it correctly.
I did.
Alive and kicking this Sunday.
Alive and kicking this Sunday, we're going to be talking about
The disciples,
Apostles.
apostles, and
and the
evangelists.
evangelists.
Don't ask why we've got a lisp going on there. It's a long story.
But also, it's the most important day in the liturgical year this Sunday. Forget about Easter. Forget about Pentecost. Forget about Christmas.
Yeah, okay. I know. where it's
Forget
going
about
with this, yeah.
harvest, because this
It
Sunday
is
it is
Star Wars Day.
International Star
Star
Wars
Wars
Day.
Day. May the
fourth
fourth
be with you.
May
and
the fourth
also with
with
you.
you. I love that. And well, you'll give us more details about your pilgrimage, about your walk, shall you? And our
Absolutely.
what's ons.
Yes.
We've had a great suggestion for a song come in too, which we'll talk about over the introduction if
Oh,
you can hang
no.
around long enough.
We can hang around. Does it include nails?
Pretty much. It's 25 minutes past 8 o'clock. That's Video Confessions. We'll do it again next week.
Dun, dun, dun.
Folly Farm, sponsors of the